In a direct call for change, cybersecurity expert Jake Braun is pushing for the creation of a digital arsenal of democracy, urging the hacking community to step up and help defend against growing cyber threats. Braun, frustrated with the pace and effectiveness of current governmental responses to cybersecurity challenges, believes that tapping into the skills of hackers could fundamentally shift how digital security is approached and maintained on a national scale. This video is sponsored by Stonefly. More on that at the end of the video. As cyber threats continue to spread globally at an alarming rate, Braun frames hackers not as adversaries, but as potential frontline defenders of critical digital infrastructure. His concept of a digital arsenal of democracy is built on the idea that governments alone cannot keep up with the speed and sophistication of modern attacks. In his view, the current federal approach has repeatedly fallen short, leaving significant gaps that only outside innovation can fill. Braun argues that without a serious course correction, those gaps will only widen. Braun's argument centers on the distinct advantage that hackers bring to the table: their unconventional thinking, deep technical knowledge, and ability to identify weaknesses before bad actors do make them uniquely qualified contributors to national cyber defense. Rather than treating this community as a threat to be managed, Braun believes policymakers should be actively recruiting their expertise. He contends that hacker-driven ingenuity could power the next generation of security tools, vulnerability disclosures, and resilient infrastructure design. Braun has been vocal about a growing frustration shared across the cybersecurity profession that government institutions move too slowly to counter threats that evolve by the day. Bureaucratic processes, siloed agencies, and risk-averse procurement cycles have repeatedly delayed meaningful action. In the meantime, adversaries continue to refine their techniques. Braun's position is that this structural sluggishness is not just an inconvenience. It is a national security liability that demands urgent attention and a willingness to operate differently. Rather than waiting for slow-moving federal mandates to trickle down, Braun advocates for building cyber defense from the ground up, empowering individuals across the security community, including independent researchers, ethical hackers, and smaller organizations, to surface vulnerabilities and propose solutions quickly could produce results that traditional government programs have struggled to deliver. His vision for a digital arsenal of democracy leans heavily on this decentralized model, where speed and skill matter more than institutional rank. At the core of Braun's message is a challenge to break from conventional thinking about who gets a seat at the cybersecurity table. By building real working relationships between hackers and policymakers, the field could move away from rigid, reactive defense postures towards something more adaptive and proactive. Braun sees this collaboration not as a fringe idea, but as a practical necessity, one that could determine whether democratic institutions are equipped to defend themselves against the increasingly sophisticated threats they face in the years ahead. And now a word from our sponsor. Stonefly's NAS storage appliance has been recognized by DCIG as one of the top 5 mid-market software-defined storage file backup targets for 2025 to 26. Stonefly offers a 100 terabyte immutable and air-gapped SSO NAS for $9,995. Key features include air-gapped and immutable storage, deduplication, MFA, and volume deletion protection. The appliance includes a 100 terabyte Gen 10, 8-bay 2U rack mount with 7 to 14 terabyte enterprise SAS drive pack, a 12-core storage virtualization engine, 32 GB system memory, 12 GB SAS hardware RAID controller, and an 800 watts platinum certified hot swappable power supply. It also provides services like snapshot, tiering, encryption, sync and async, replication, and supports CIFS, SMB, and NFS, Cloud Connect to Azure Hot, CoolBlob, AWS S3, erasure coding with a 1-year warranty and support included in this price. Subscribe for more cybersecurity news. Thank you for watching.